What's going on, guys? How you doing today? Now, today I have an interesting one for you if you're an Elvis fan. Right now we're at Shalom Memorial Park in Arlington Heights, Illinois, just a little bit north of Chicago, and we're visiting the final resting place today of a man who made a phrase very, very famous. His name was Dvorin, and he was born in 1922 in Chicago. He was a promoter, a concert announcer, and a talent agent. And this is a garden that's not too far away from where Dvorin's buried, but I just want to show you guys a little bit of this beautiful cemetery. Now, for those of you that saw my Harold Ramis video the other day, Harold Ramis is also buried in this cemetery in the back section, but today we're here to talk about Elvis and Dvorin. Now, in his early life, he was a trumpet player, he had his own orchestra, and he started working as a talent agent in Chicago, and he was booking midget acts and performing animals and other things like that. Then he became the talent agent for Pee Wee King, and Pee Wee King was opening up for Eddie Arnold at the time. Now, when he was a booking agent, he started getting his name out there, and there was an up-and-coming artist that he crossed paths with by the name of Elvis Presley. And Dvorin became his agent early on. He booked him as an opening act for people like Hank Snow and other names like that. As his career rose, Colonel Tom Parker, who you guys probably know a little bit about, took over as Elvis's agent, but Dvorin started booking Elvis's opening acts, and he eventually became Elvis's concert announcer. Now, he wasn't Elvis's first concert announcer, and he wasn't the only person to say this, but he absolutely made it much more famous quote. But after Elvis's shows, fans would stick around, and after Elvis had left, the fans were expecting an encore or another encore, and Dvorin would get on the PA and announce, "Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has left the building." And by that time, Elvis would have been in his car and out of the arena and down the street, and a lot of times halfway back to the hotel before anybody even realized that he was gone. Now, Elvis has left the building. That's a classic phrase. It's been used in so many different things. It's kind of like a staple of American history and, just pop culture. And for a lot of Elvis fans, it's just kind of a neat thing because a lot of people don't know Dvorin's name. They definitely know what he did, and they know that, how important he was in Elvis's career, because he kind of helped get Elvis his start. Now, I always knew of Dvorin, and I did not actually know that he was buried here until I came here to visit and do the Harold Ramis video. And then when I did a little bit of research, I found that he was just a few sections over, and I thought, okay, this is, I did a little bit of research, and it doesn't look like anybody's really been here and covered this. So I thought this, he's a big part of Elvis history, and I had to come and share this. Now let's rewind the clock a few years. In August of 2004, Dvorin was in California. He was announcing an Elvis tribute show, and on his way back to his home in Las Vegas, and he was killed in a car accident on the way back, and I believe he was 81 years old. Now, Dvorin never stopped working up until his last days. He was announcing Elvis tribute shows. He was announcing for Elvis impersonators, and pretty much everything else. He had a steady stream of gigs that he was working in Las Vegas and like this one in California. But he was a huge part of the history of Elvis Presley, and I just thought that was kind of cool. But thank you guys for coming along on this video today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if this is your first time here. And thanks so much for joining, guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you on the next video.